Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle against Steven. This is another good player that I found in the online gamers chat Discord. And as you can see, he has a very cool team there, which should make for another good match. So we're going to get into it. So, looking at the team preview, I really wasn't sure what he was going to want to lead with. He definitely has a couple of good choices there, but he decides to lead with the Talonflame, as I decided to lead with my Donphan to try and maximize my options. So, he is going to go straight for a Will-O-Wisp here, which definitely caught me off guard. You really don't see that on there too often anymore. So, he is going to land that to burn me, which does suck. It is going to make my Donphan pretty ineffective for the rest of this match since it does cut my attack stat, but I am going to go for the Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up on him early, which was good. So this turn he is going to go for a Bulk Up, which is going to give him an attack and defense increase, so trying to set up on me. I just decided to go for the Knockoff. Not going to do a whole lot of damage since I am burned, but it is going to get rid of the leftovers, which is nice, and I'm going to take some more damage from the burn. So this turn I am going to switch out. There's really nothing else I can do to this thing with Donphan, so I'm going to come in with my Heatran as he goes for another Bulk Up, which is going to give him another attack and defense increase, really trying to set up on me here. But fortunately for me, Heatran is a pretty good counter to this thing. So this turn he actually goes for the Roost. I'm not really sure why, but that is going to put him back up to full health as I decided to go for the Magma Storm. So, not going to do a whole lot of damage to him, but it is going to trap him from switching out and inflict some residual damage at the end of each turn, which is really what I was looking for to try and whittle this thing down. So, this turn he's going to go for another Roost just to try and heal up once more, get himself back to full health, as I decided to go for a Dragon Pulse, just trying to get some chip damage on this thing. It is the best move I have for him. Not going to do a whole lot of damage, unfortunately. He looks like to be a pretty defensive set there. So, again, this turn he is just going to go for another Roost, probably hoping that I'm going to switch out, just trying to stall me out here, as I am just going to go for another Dragon Pulse, just trying to get more chip damage on this thing. So, he is going to take more damage from the Magma Storm there, which is going to leave him at about 2/3 health this time around. So, yet again, he is going to Roost again, just trying to stay at full health and probably hoping I would switch out. This time I actually predicted the Roost and went for the Earth Power instead to get as much damage as possible. That is going to knock him down to about 2/3 and then to about 1/4 after the Magma Storm damage, which was nice. So this turn he is going to go for a Brave Bird, actually, to switch it up. That looks to be his only attacking move on this set. So even at +2, only going to do about 1/4 damage to me. He is going to take some recoil damage. Unfortunately, I did go for the Earth Power again, predicting another Roost, so not going to do anything there. I'm going to regain some health with the leftovers, and he is going to take some more damage from the Magma Storm. So here I am actually going to switch out. My logic was predicting a Brave Bird again from him, so I wanted to switch in with my Donphan since I do have the Rocky Helmet, so the residual damage from that and the recoil would have taken him out had he gone for the Brave Bird, but he actually goes for the Roost instead, which was extremely unfortunate. That is going to put him back up to about 2/3 health. So this turn I am going to switch back out again directly into my Heatran, since there is nothing I can do to this thing with Donphan, as he does go for another Bulk Up to get another attack and defense increase. And then I am going to regain some health with the leftovers. So he is going to go for another Roost this turn just to go ahead and put himself back up to full health. Again, trying to stay healthy while setting up on me, trying to stall me out. I'm going to go for the Magma Storm yet again, and I do connect with that, fortunately. Again, not going to do a lot of damage, but more importantly, it is going to trap him from switching out and get residual damage at the end of each turn. So I am going to regain some more health from the leftovers, as he does take some damage from the Magma Storm. So he is going to go for a 4th Bulk Up, actually, this turn to get another attack and defense increase. still trying to set up further on me. I decide the best option at this point is to go for a flash cannon. Not going to do a ton of damage, but I am kind of hoping for a special defense drop on his side to make this thing easier to whittle down. Unfortunately, I don't get it, as I am going to regain more health with the leftovers, and he does take more damage from the magma storm, leaving him at about a quarter this time. So he is going to go for a roost once again this turn, which is going to put him back up to about 3/4 health this time. I'm just going to go for another flash cannon, hoping for the special defense drop, which I do not get, unfortunately. But I am going to regain even more health with the leftovers, which is going to put me back up to full health, which is nice. And he is going to take more damage from the magma storm, leaving him at about half health. So he is going to go for another bulk up this turn to get another attack and defense increase. Now he is sitting at +5 attack and defense. Unfortunately, I went for an earth power again, predicting a roost on his side. So not going to do anything there, as he does take more damage from the magma storm. So this turn he does go for the roost, actually. So that is going to put him all the way back, almost up to full there. As I decide to go for the flash cannon yet again, hoping for the special defense drop. And I do not get it again, unfortunately, as he does take more damage from the magma storm. So really just a war of attrition going on here to see who can outlast who. He does go for another bulk up this turn to increase his attack and defense once again, as I do go for the flash cannon again, hoping for the special defense drop on this thing. And finally, I do actually get that this turn, which is nice. That is going to make this thing easier to take out, but he actually gets freed from the magma storm that turn. Never seen that happen before, but that is unfortunate. So this turn he is just going to go for another roost, putting him back up to almost full health, as I am going to go for a dragon pulse again, which is going to knock him down to about 1/3 health. So this turn he is going to go for a brave bird finally on me with his attack maxed to try and get as much damage as possible. That is going to take me down by a little more than half, but Heatran is way too bulky for that. I am max HP, so he does take some recoil damage. I am going to go for a dragon pulse in return, and that is finally going to be enough to take this thing out and drop him down to 5 Pokemon. So Heatran does win the war of attrition there, which was pretty awesome. So then he is going to come in with Tentacruel and take some damage from the rocks. And of course that is going to force me to switch. I don't want to take an attack from this thing. So I'm going to come in with my Donphan basically as fodder. But he does actually go for the Rapid Spin instead. He is going to take some damage from the Rocky Helmet, but that is going to get rid of my Stealth Rock, unfortunately. So he is going to regain some health from the Black Sludge, as I am going to take some damage from the Burn. So this turn he is going to outspeed me, and he is just going to go for a Scald, which unfortunately is going to be enough to finish off my Donphan, dropping me down to 5 Pokemon. And he is going to regain more health with the Black Sludge. So then I'm going to come in with Blissey, and that is going to force him to switch. Not much of anything he can do to this thing with the Tentacruel. So he's going to come in with Torterra. I did go for the Thunderbolt, hoping he would stay in, so unfortunately not going to do anything there. So this turn I am going to go for the switch. I don't want to take an attack from this thing, so I'm going to come in with my Yanmega, as he actually just goes for the Leech Seed to get that set up on me. So I am going to take some damage from that at the end of the turn. So this turn I am going to definitely outspeed him. I am just going to go for the Air Slash here. I am Choice Spexed, so that is definitely going to be enough to one-shot kill this thing, fortunately for me, and drop him down to 4 Pokemon, as I am going to get a speed boost to increase my speed. So then he is going to come in with Jolteon, and that is going to force me to switch. I don't want to take an electric attack from this thing, so I'm going to come back in with my Blissey, who is max special defense, so I know I can take any special attack. He does go for the Volt Switch, not going to do much of anything to me, but it does give him the mandatory switch. So off that, he is going to come in with the Medicham. So here I am going to go for the switch yet again. I don't want to take an attack from this thing with Blissey, so I'm going to come in with my Poliwrath, as he does go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Medicham. And he is going to go for the Fire Punch here. I'm not exactly sure why. He may have been predicting a switch, but not into Poliwrath. He does actually get a crit there, taking me down by about a third. So this turn he's going to go for a Zen Headbutt, and he actually misses, which was pretty lucky for me. That is going to let me go for a Waterfall to knock him down by a little more than half. So this turn he actually goes for the Zen Headbutt again and actually misses again, which was super unlucky for him. That is going to let me go for one more Waterfall, and that is actually going to finish off the Medicham, dropping him down to 3 Pokemon. So that was pretty awesome for me. So then he is going to come in with Tentacruel once again, and this time he is going to go for the Toxic Spikes to get that first layer of that set up on me. I am just going to stay in here and go for a Rock Slide to try and get as much damage as possible on this thing. It knocks it down to a little more than half, but then he is going to regain some health with the Black Sludge. So this turn he is just going to go for the second layer of Toxic Spikes there to get those hazards set up on me. Knowing I can't take him out in another attack, as I am just going to go for another Rock Slide, which leaves him at about a quarter health, as he does regain more health from the Black Sludge. So this turn he is going to go on the offensive and hit me up with a Sludge Bomb. It is going to take me down to about a third of my health, and he does get the Poison, which was unlucky on my side, but that is also going to trigger my Citrus Berry to give me some HP back, as I am going to hit him with another Rock Slide, hoping to take him out. Unfortunately, he does survive that with like 1 HP in the red, and then he regains more health with the Black Sludge, as I am going to take some damage from the Poison. So this turn he is going to go for another Sludge Bomb, which is going to knock me down to about a quarter health, but I do survive. And this time I go for the Waterfall, not wanting to miss another Rock Slide. So that is going to be enough to finish off the Tentacruel and drop him down to 2 Pokemon, as I just barely survived the poison damage in the red. So then he is going to come in with Jolteon once again, and he is just going to go for a Volt Switch, which is going to be more than enough to finish off my Poliwrath, dropping me down to 4 Pokemon. And that is going to give him the mandatory switch, and off that he is going to come in with the Togekiss. The only good thing about that is it does give me the switch advantage on him. So I am going to come back in with my Heatran. And he is just going to go for an Aura Sphere here, trying to get as much damage as possible. Luckily for me, I do survive that in the red, and I am going to fire off a Flash Cannon in return, which is going to knock him all the way down into the red, but he does survive as well. I'm going to regain some health with the leftovers. Not really going to matter, though, because next turn he is just going to go for the Aura Sphere once again. And that is definitely going to be enough to finish off my Heatran, dropping me down to 3 Pokemon. So then I am going to come in with my Mimikyu, and I am going to get badly poisoned by the Toxic Spikes, but that is okay. He is within range, so I am just going to go for a Shadow Sneak, and that is going to be enough to finish off the Togekiss, dropping him down to just 1 Pokemon, as I do take some damage from the poison. So finally, he is going to come back in with Jolteon, and he is going to outspeed me here. He's just going to go for the Thunderbolt, which is, of course, going to break my decoy there. But that is okay, because I decide that it is finally time to bust out the old Z move on this thing. And of course, that is going to be the special Z move for Mimikyu. Let's snuggle forever. So probably the oddest Z move in the game, but it is very powerful coming off of Play Rough, of course. So I'm just going to stick him under my sheet there and just play rough with him, I guess. I don't know. But either way, that is going to be enough to one-shot kill the Jolteon, and that is game. So I won that one 3-0 against Steven, but that was a very competitive match. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.